Good morning, folks. Hope you all doing well this morning. My name is Tim Ealer, meteorologist, and today is the 20th of 2025. Here's your continental U.S. Water vapor loop showing the surface features. Pretty complex setup going on this morning. All right, we have this occluded low here, low pressure attached to it, and multiple frontal boundaries here, right? Um, and another frontal boundary up to the north here. Another system moving on to the west coast. You see this trough digging in this way. And some defluence aloft, which is bringing heavy rainfall to this area today. Okay. So we bring up the radar, right? Zoom in a little bit. Take off the satellite. That map doesn't look the greatest, does it? I'm going to change the map here. That's better. All right, so you see what the heaviest rain and storms is right now. Texas, Arkansas, Missouri, most of New Mexico, Arizona, along the west coast, and then the upper Midwest. Okay. Now, if we look at temperatures right now, you can see what the warmest temperatures are and why right now there's severe weather going on right now because of how warm it is right there. Look at that, 70s. That's just incredibly warm for this time of year. In contrast to the cold weather boundary here, right? And maybe surface high nosing down this way, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. The south of that boundary, and in Texas, it's 70s here. Quite warm, guys. Right? um, so majority of the country is above freezing, with the exception of the far northern two United States, uh, and the Northeast into the Mid-Atlantic, uh, and to the extreme southern Florida this morning. So, I think what I'm gonna go through today is the short term, as far as sensible impacts over the next week or so. We're going to go over the excessive rainfall outlook, the forecast, and touch briefly on the longer range polar vortex disruption that everybody's talking about. It's going to bring colder air to much of the U.S. and potentially some snowfall in the coming days to the northern tier. I'm not saying the southeast, guys. Gonna get colder, yes, but not likely to have snow yet. Okay, so don't freak out on me here. So, uh, so I'm gonna do is take the temperatures off of here. All right, take the composite off, and now we're gonna look at the excessive rainfall outlook for today. So, pretty busy map right here. We have moderate risk of it, heavy rainfall, excessive rainfall into southwest to central Texas, with a slight risk to the north there, right? And if we put the radar back on here, let me see if that's through 12Z when that is. No, that's from 12Z today to tomorrow. So they're expecting more heavy rain in southern Texas, into Arkansas, Missouri, and a larger risk surrounding it, marginal risk, and marginal risk into New Mexico, And again, Los Angeles area, San Diego. So quite busy right now with the rainfall and systems moving through the southern branch of the jet, right? Uh, Subtropical jet's kind of active right now, right? So for tomorrow, the excessive rainfall area moves further to the north here into West Virginia, Illinois, parts of Kentucky, Missouri, marginal risk, into still parts of Southern California, Phoenix, Arizona, maybe getting into it, Yuma, okay? And then day 3, nothing outlooked. Day 4, we move back into the threat here for Texas. So, not shaping up to be a good week for Texas with the rainfall here. Arkansas, Oklahoma, all the way up to mid northeast Oklahoma, central Oklahoma into southwest Texas, into most of Arkansas there, and parts of Louisiana as well. So, A5, the threat moves further east, guys, and is still into Texas here. So we're really facing a pretty serious situation here. And what I'm probably going to do now is, well, I'm going to go over the severe risk first, okay, for day 1. We have the ongoing severe risk today, marginal risk, 12Z today to 12Z tomorrow, driven by still a 2% tornado risk here, larger 5% wind risk, and larger hail risk as well. So yeah. Move to day 2. Categorical, we just have general thunderstorm chances for tomorrow through the next day. And day 3, rainfall hangs on here south of wherever that boundary is going to be. All right. Then we go to probabilistic. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Really don't have any major threats, at least highlighted right now for those areas. As far as total precip goes, today, most precip is expected. And you see where the bullseye is here. And I'm going to stop this. I expanded this out so that we could see the QPF numbers. The totals up here. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Day to tomorrow. Most QPF is expected. You have up to 4 inches here. Excuse me. Where that moderate risk is here and up into just north of the boundary into New Mexico, Southern California, parts of Arizona, and those are the highlighted areas, right? So totals day 1 through 3, you see where the highest totals are going to be, right? Day 1 through 5. Yeah, so we're talking 3, 4, 5, 6 inches of rain potential totals here in the next 5 days. Day 1 through 7, there's not much of an increase there, right? But the threat does move further east, right? So we switched that to day 1 for 6 hours. You see again where the most rainfall, almost 2 inches of rain possible in the next 6 hours, right? Half an inch of rain, 1 inch of rain. I think we may look at this better if we look at day one, right? Day one, that bullseye there along the boundary, just where we showed before, okay? That threat, it moves a little further east, less focused, but broader in scope here. All right, and day three, not nearly as bad, but we go further out, we'll see that reinvigorated in that area there. So I'm going to switch over briefly to some local reports and from the local forecast area in Texas next. Yeah, so here are the current hazards right now. You can see where the flood watches, flash flood warning going on in the um, northeast Texas here. Dense fog advisories for a good portion of the south here today. Just stagnant air hanging around. Some freeze warnings, winter weather advisories, and some um, winter storm watches here in the California, the Sierra Nevada range. It's like a high wind warning here, right here in that small little area, but um, so yeah. Here's a graphic from the Shreveport area for the flash flooding risk here. This is already passed, like this was updated yesterday, 2 p.m., but um, Thursday night, um, today, uh, see where the heaviest rainfall risk here is, excessive rainfall in the Shreveport area. So more likely during the day and overnight today. Of course, with heavy rainfall ongoing, definitely have more chances as if it trains over the same area, things like that. So as far as the Tulsa area, we have the severe thunderstorm outlook. Severe thunderstorms are a possibility today. Tornado threat is small. Hail, bigger threat. Wind speed, max wind speed, 60 miles per hour there. So definitely keep your eye out. Some marginal risk today. Um, so through this afternoon. All right. Now, except for excessive rainfall, this is updated at 3:30 a.m. So slight risk area, Fort Smith to Tulsa and points east there. It's really difficult to find all-encompassing, forecasts that can easily presentable here. So I'm doing the best I can to get as much information out as possible here. If I don't cover your area, I'm sorry, but that would take me all day to do that. If you have anything you want to ask, just put it in the comments. I appreciate it. Um, Flash flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, and underpasses, main stem river flooding is unlikely. So likely just flash, not just, but flash flooding is the biggest threat today in this area. As far as the San Antonio, Austin area, we have a flood watch, and we show that on the hazardous water outlook. So this graphic, this is through 6 a.m. Friday. Okay, along areas along and west of I-35, along and north of Highway 90. I'm sorry, I get talking too fast sometimes. Isolated amounts of 6 to 8 inches most likely to occur in the western hill country, southern Edwards Plateau. Okay, so likely probably in these areas here. So stay weather aware today, guys. Turn around, don't drown, right? Okay, so uh, let's see. Yeah, so these are expected rainfall amounts. 50 through Friday, November 24th at 6 a.m. So you can see where the highest totals are expected here. All right. In the Western Hill Country, Del Rio area, west of Medina. Doesn't really have city names there. So these are probably just major cities. So hopefully this won't be in highly populated areas. All right. So here's another graphic for north central Texas, northeast Texas. Flood watch, and we talked about that, issued today at 2:33 a.m. This graphic, multiple rounds of heavy rain expected. Rainfall amounts 1 to 2 inches expected with isolated totals up to 4. So, trying to put my face somewhere where it won't get in the way. But so it's kind of a basic graphic here, but it tells you what you need to know. All right. And here's another graphic showing the when the heaviest rainfall is expected. So Thursday afternoon in the DFW, Waco, Killeen, Cisco, Graham, Palestinian, Paris, and Sherman areas. Moving further to the southeast Thursday night into hanging on DFW. More centered on Waco, Killeen, Palestine, Paris, and Sherman. Localized heavy rain up to 4 inches over 10% of the area. So the areas that had the most heaviest rain yesterday, of course, are most vulnerable to flooding on Thursday. Sorry, trying to stretch out here. Anyway, so yeah, just turn around, don't drown, guys. So here's one of the graphic from the Texas area, DFW forecast area. Another storm system's forecast to arrive late on Sunday into next week. Potential heavy rainfall event again. It's uncertain at this point of the coverage of heavy rain flooding, but you see the rain shades this year. So given that it's going to be a busy travel week, keep in mind what's going on here and plan to travel accordingly. Okay, guys. So yeah. Next, I'm going to go over um, not the severe weather outlook, the 8 to 14 day hazards outlook, temperature outlook, and precip outlook. Next. So here was the day 6 to 10 temperature outlook issued yesterday. Be another one issued today. You can see the warm air hanging on in the southeast and building into the Pacific, the western part of the U.S. All right, guys. Warmer with equal chances of being above and below normal in the other areas. But near normal temps really expected. Below normal temps starting to push into the northern tier of the U.S. Right here. So we move into day 6 to 10 precip outlook, trending below normal out west here, which would be a nice break. And wherever boundary sets up, we're going to have rainfall above normal chances of above normal precip in the coming days. This is the 25th to the 29th, the Thanksgiving week. So when we look at 8 to 14 day temps, see that cold air pushing further south here. This is just the probability of temperatures getting below normal temps. So the lighter shades indicate less confidence. The cooler shades indicate more confidence. So there's relatively good confidence. It's going to be cooler than normal, the 27th through the 3rd. Okay, so I think it's trending that way. So we'll keep an eye on that, of course. But yeah, near normal to above normal chances of precip being above normal. This graphic is always confusing, right? but where you see the darker greens, the most likely to have above normal precip, and where you see the browns, likely to have more likely to have less than normal precip amounts. All right, so now we go on to the risk of heavy snow associated with the cold air. You see where the slight risk is here. So quite a wide area on the northern tier of the U.S., guys. So yeah, wind risk, slight risk, the 28th through the 3rd of high winds, which there's probably going to be a boundary or something setting up here, cold front coming through. So right along the front range here, right off the mountains. Temperatures, risk of hazardous temperature 27 through the 3rd, below normal temperatures. I'd say that's pretty in line in what we just saw, right? So yeah. Now if we go back to week 3 to 4 temps, this was issued on the 14th. Next one will be issued tomorrow. So I have a feeling they're going to probably, the temps look like they're going to get warm up again towards the end of this 3 to 4 time frame in the south, and maybe stay cooler still up north, but we'll just have to see how that goes. And precip chances, you can see where the greens are. They have highlighted a better chance of above normal precip in the green areas, equal chances in the other areas. So not a lot of confidence yet with this, but not a lot of confidence here either. You're talking 50, 60% chance. So, you know, there's above and below, there is a fair amount of confidence, but if you get up to like the dark colors, then, pretty sure if they're confident, I will be too. So anyway, I think tomorrow we'll just have to look at the flooding threat again, see how that's going, and adjust my forecast accordingly. But I wanted to focus on the Texas area today because that's where the biggest threat is. So, and we'll try to focus on the Thanksgiving week, maybe this weekend, so people have an idea what's going on. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe, and God bless.